So far on Robot Wars, 7 winners. Chaos 2 pressed the atomic button and out went the Yellow Peril. Pussycat, we love you. Robo Chicken didn't, neither did the Razor. Firestorm raged, the Morgue died a death. Snake 2 left Mortis in a stew. Dominator 2 was double the strength of 101. Tornado blew away Gemini despite facing double jeopardy from the cluster bomb and sending into hibernation Chronic the Hedgehog Thermidor 2. Now, I want more!
Please welcome a man who was recently decorated in a wallpapering accident. Craig Charles.
Now, I've seen a few fashions in my time. In the 70s, I had flares so big, Boy Scouts would set up camp on my inner thigh. Then it was platform shoes. My heels were so high, the cats would use the laces to go bungee jumping. And in the 80s, it was all fellas wearing makeup, which played havoc with my complexion. But while fashions come and go, robots are here to stay. Like the 6 technological trendsetters ready to fight for a place in our series semi-finals. You'll all be doing it next year. Time to meet tonight's fashion victims.
And as always, Craig, we have 2 seeds. Number 32, Suicidal Tendencies against Kilotron and Maverick. Wheelosaurus against Prize Spider against the 15th seeds, Wheelie Big Cheese. Dumped in the last series by Kilolot. And I can tell you, after revenge, big time.
We've got some great-looking robots in the pits for the melee, starting with Wheelie Big Cheese from Somerset. Big Cheese is bigger brother.
Yes.
This can lift a ton's worth of something or other. That's about a car's worth. Flip it up. Those tyres?
No, they're not tyres.
Ooh, look at those. What are they made of?
Mind your fingers. They're tungsten.
Especially sharpened. Prize Fighter 2. This is a great-looking robot as well. Bulletproof casing. Apparently, but not spike-proof. Roy, talk me through what happens when a spike goes in there.
It won't come out again, unfortunately.
So potentially hazardous, but they've got a flipper here. They reckon they can flip anybody else out of the arena, including Sir Kilolot. And Peter Gibson, you are back.
I am.
With Wheelosaurus. You've got your Victorian pram wheels,
Right.
which make great theatre, and a new whizzing axe thing there powered by a Honda Strimmer.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent. Well, the Mad Max of Robot Wars is back.
Well, I think we've waked up an appetite for destruction, so let the wars begin!
From Guildford in Surrey, Wheelosaurus.
This is the machine which took the bash out of the Sergeant in Series 2, puncturing its gas cylinder. The pram wheels are spiked, the main weapon normally used for cutting wood. Wouldn't it be nice for Bash to get revenge? Those Victorian pram wheels in the Second Wars were about as fast as my old great-great-gran, but it proved sturdier than many people thought, took on Bash. But then the house robots got their revenge. Will it be sturdier this time around?
Hello, I'm Peter Gibson and I'm from Guildford, and this is my robot Wheelosaurus. It's infamous for the Victorian pram wheels and the dustbin lids that offer some protection from the side attack. This year I've got a petrol engine strimmer which drives this blade at the front, and I have a variety of alternative tools in case the opposition warrants it.
From Langport in Somerset, the number 15 seed, Wheelie Big Cheese.
One of the stars of the last series, the weapon can actually throw 800 kilos into the air. The wheels have golf shoe spikes. It's powered by 2 golf cart motors. So 4! Watch out for this. Roger Plant's machine took on the eventual champions Chaos 2 in the last series. Made a very good fist of it. But in the end, flipped up and over. Couldn't recover against George Francis and the boys. In came the house robots, damage in particular caused by Kilolot with the stomach-churning drill. That's why they want revenge.
Hello, I'm Roger, that's Paul, and that's John, and this is Wheelie Big Cheese. Toughest robot on the block, all built out of titanium. He's here to avenge the bashing that Big Cheese got last year from the house robots.
From Ipswich, Prize Fighter 2.
The knockout punch comes from that CO2 power flipper and spike. It can dance around the arena with the lawnmower motors, but the polycarbonate shell will have to take a punch better than last time around, dumped out in round 1. It looked so sharp coming into the ring as well, prize fighter, but it was more like a featherweight against a heavyweight when it came up against the Addams family and Thing. Now they have to pick themselves up off the canvas.
We're Team Prize Fighter. My name is Roy, I'm the team captain. I'm also the driver of the robot. Over here we have Phil, who is on weapons, and my daughter Sharon, who's the third member of the team. And more importantly, Prize Fighter Mac 2. This is our machine. Its main weapon, which is pneumatically powered, is a flipper at the front here, which is capable of flipping another robot, hopefully out of the arena, and we're just hoping that we do well.
Roboteers, stand by.
The Wheelosaurus creator, Peter Gibson, says he's a retired robot maker for a secret organisation. Wheelie Big Cheese and Roger Plant there on the right-hand side, great competitor. And Prize Fighter 2 controls Roy Alcock.
2, 1.
Wheelie Big Cheese there on the right-hand side. Looks like a Formula 1 racer, doesn't it? A slower start from Wheelosaurus. Oh, and immediately flipped up and over by Prize Fighter. And of course, the Victorian pram wheels, it bounces down okay. Another attack, though, on Wheelosaurus. Now, what's Wheelie Big Cheese doing? Taking on Killalot, looking for revenge right from the start here. Roger Blunt ignoring the other competing robots. Is it fair to them? Is it fair to us? It is. It's lovely to see a grudge match like this. Wheelie Big Cheese against Killalot, and don't forget the other house robots, Roger Plant. House robots like Shunt, the great, but it looks like jaws opening up of Wheelie Big Cheese because of the throwing device at the front of it. Now backing on to Prize Fighter Mark II, slamming it against the arena wall. Again, the lifting device springs open. What's happened to Wheelosaurus there on one side? Sort of a cock-handed approach there from Peter Gibson. Something's gone wrong as, again, Wheelie Big Cheese comes in for a slice of Prize Fighter, bounces off the arena, attacks Wheelosaurus. Wheelosaurus looking a little bit lightweight, but is Prize Fighter immobilised on the arena wall, dangerously near a CPZ. Into the CPZ and the clutches of Killalot. Ooh, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Wheelie Big Cheese just backing away at the right time. Ha-ha! You're mine, Prize Fighter, says Killalot, just getting away. And in comparison to Wheelie Big Cheese's flipper, the flipper at the start, the front of Prize Fighter, looks like a little dessert spoon, nothing more. Killalot will have it for a nice bit of dessert this afternoon. We wait and see. In goes the axe of Shunt. Away and over the arena floor, flipper, and Killalot up and on top of Wheelie Big Cheese. You can see the trundling tracks of Killalot. That's a mighty heavy rope, 280 kilos. Killalot on top there of Wheelie Big Cheese. So, is the boast to come true? They can throw 800 kilos, they tell us. Come on then, throw Killalot. Go on, throw Killalot. You can't. You can't. The pit descends 1-0 to the house robots, I think there. Roger Plant, don't you? Oh, into the pit. Who's gone into the pit first? It's mayhem out there. That's a confusion. Who went in first? They're all in. Oh, great stuff. Take on the house robots. Yeah, right.
Oh, severe carnage. All three robots end up in the pit. The judges want to see that battle again, so let's take another look.
Oh, that was sensational stuff. Wheelie Big Cheese, the aggressive throughout. Prize Fighter slammed against the arena wall, and I think that's where the damage came from Shunt. And afterwards, just have a look at Prize Fighter 2. Is it under control or is it just spinning? Is it in fact being dragged around by the house robots? And because they came in, it's a signal that it was immobilised. I think it must have been immobilised. In goes Wheelie Big Cheese, not quite into the pit. Prize Fighter certainly going in, but I think it was immobilised first. I don't know, the judges will have decided.
Well, I think that's a first for Robot Wars. All three robots in the pit, in different orders, but that was quite a mess we saw there, and it has gone to the judges. Big Cheese, you went in first. What do you think the judges will say about that?
We're out.
I've no idea.
Well, I can reveal to you who has gone out, and it is the Prize Fighter team on a judge's decision. Why? Immobilised for 30 seconds. You know the judges' criteria. Who knows? It is in their hands.
Right.
Are you disappointed?
Yeah, but that's how it goes, isn't it?
Once you're out, you're out.
Yep, never
Judge's
mind.
decision is final.
Hard to take, but I think they were definitely immobilised for too long. Next up, Maverick, Kilotron, and the 32 seeds, Suicidal Tendencies.
In the pits, some old robots and some new ones ready to do battle in the melee. Here's Suicidal Tendencies from Derby. This is the fastest tracked robot that we've seen, so we should have plenty of speed. And you've got a pneumatically controlled lifting arm at the front there. And it's got spikes on it. Put that back on. Oof. Bulletproof?
Bulletproof, yeah.
Excellent. Kilotron, we've seen them in the second wars. You came third. Ian, you're in control of this axe, aren't you? And you've had a few problems with it bending, presumably because of the speed and force that it comes down. Things tend to bend if they're throwing around too much, don't they?
Yes.
So it's all on your shoulders, mate. Let's hope they do well this time round. Maverick, a new team, new to Robot Wars. Francis here is team captain at 10 years old. Hello, Francis.
Yeah.
Now, what's your message for Robot Wars?
I'm to Robot Wars what Michael Schumacher is to Formula 1.
Ooh, he's confident. What, so you're going to flip everybody else out the arena? Let's hope so.
From Southampton, Maverick.
Will these newcomers use discipline control from their two-wheelchair motor drive or a Maverick approach without front flipper? Tactical advice comes from team member Brett. He's 10.
So, I'm Francis, this is Brett, this is my dad Kevin, and this is our robot Maverick. It's powered by 2 electric wheelchair motors, and the weapon is powered by a SodaStream bottle and a truck actuator.
From Derby, and seated number 32, Suicidal Tendencies.
The bendy pneumatic axe and front forklift give high-class weaponry at either end. It runs on tracks hand-built from aluminium, and it ran Mace 2 close in its heat in the last series. It was a real bash, bruise and shunt, but Tendencies bore the brunt of the attacks of Mace 2 and in the end went out. Promises, though, damage and an aggressive competition this time around again. Good robot.
Hi, I'm Charles Binns, this is Andrew Jeffrey, and this is Martin Jeffrey, the brothers. This is Suicidal Tendencies. We're here from the last war, Series 3. Now we're here for the next war. Lots more battles. The new improved Suicidal Tendencies, we've got a little toothpick here to obviously punch some holes in robots. There's a nice titanium front lifters here to lift them or flip them, put them in the flame pit. Same tracks again, very fast, fastest track robot around. Lots of pneumatics, gas tanks, batteries, powerful electric motors. Hopefully we're going to do very well.
From Maidstone in Kent, Kilotron.
Third in the second series, and pretty in pink. The big axe is back. 2 24-volt driven machine, quick at 15 miles an hour. Genuine contenders again. In that second series, they used every bit of the 80 kilos force to see off Technophobic. But the weaponry proved too lightweight against the then reigning champions Roadblock. And Kilotron went out, finishing third in the competition.
This is Kilotron. He's a veteran of Robot Wars. This is Abdul, he's the engineer. And this is Ian. He operates the pickaxe, which is our main weapon, which we hope to do lots of destruction with.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Maverick, with young Francis and Brett, Kevin Gallagher there in the background, Suicidal Tendencies, Andrew Martin Jeffrey, Charles Binns, the driver, and Kilotron. Richard Broad at the controls, Abdul and Ian with him.
2, 1.
So it's Kilotron moving first. You can see the axe slamming down, and again, taking on Maverick. In comes Suicidal Tendencies. They say they've got a toothpick of an axe this time around. Oh, there it is! Just a little flick. It really doesn't seem greatly effective against the mightier blow of that Kilotron axe. Kilotron, at the moment, though, not causing any damage to anyone, and it's Suicidal Tendencies getting in underneath. Kilotron, very fast track robot. Meanwhile, Maverick doing its stuff. Just neatly, tidily, quietly effective. Little flick again of a toothpick comes out at a blur of speed there. Not causing great damage, or is it, to the shell of Kilotron. Kilotron getting those 2 24-volt motors into action just to drive it away, but now the brunt of punishment is for Maverick back into the CPZ, and Matilda can come in with a chainsaw tail. Oh, Kilotron slamming down onto the arena floor and bouncing up with the force of the attack. Now onto the top of Suicidal Tendencies. Bulletproof shield for the Tendencies. Maverick still in there fighting. They've shown great invention and great character. The young boys, Francis Gallagher and his mate Brett Skinner, both the 10 at Spring Hill Junior score. Dad Kevin Gallagher is a golfer, he says. Well, the boys are in control of Maverick, slamming into Kilotron. Behind Kilotron is Suicidal Tendencies. And the pink one at the moment is the meat between the sandwich. In comes Red Bot just to have a cursory glance. Suicidal Tendencies moving sluggishly. A sticky old heat, this one. All three robots still in competition, it would seem, at the moment. But Suicidal Tendencies in underneath Maverick. Down comes the hammer blow again from Kilotron. This way up. Well, at the moment they've not been flipped, but they have now. Maverick over and out. Oh, disappointment for Kevin Gallagher, son Francis and young Brett. There they went. PTO, PTO, no. They don't have that message written there. They're over and out. And that means, yes, in come the house robots for the kill. Shut with the axe. Penetrating, look at that. Slicing through. Oh, and again. So very, very easy, like taking the top off a boiled egg, and again. Oh, poor old Maverick. Gashes in the bottom. Split wide open Matilda, Dead Metal. The two remaining robots, Kilotron and Suicidal Tendencies, just staying out of the way. This is Dead Metal. The slice is nice. Oh, and the flipper. Maverick is right in. Too late, though. They were immobilised too long. Far too long, and they know it. Brave display. The boys go out.
Oh, Maverick flipped up and out of the competition.
My star of the battle so far, Francis Gallagher. The Schumacher of Robot Wars. That's what we said earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Gutted.
Gutted. I know, it's awful, isn't it? It's not fair. What happened?
One of the links came off our servo, we think. Just stopped our weapon from working totally, and that was it, basically.
Oh, dear. So your good driving gone to waste, really, with that? Will you be back for the next wars?
Might be.
Come on, come on.
Yeah.
You will. You've been a brilliant sport, so we'd love to see you back. You've all been an excellent team. Well done, Maverick.
Francis Von Gutted goes out with Maverick. Suicidal Tendencies and Kilotron go through. Willy Big Cheese and Wheelosaurus already there, of course. And Willy Big Cheese meets Kilotron. Suicidal Tendencies meets Wheelosaurus. The seeds kept apart.
There was a time when pinball used to cost 10p. Now it could cost you the price of a robot in our Pinball Warrior tournament. So, let the trials begin!
The Pinball Warrior tournament test of driving skills, control and pace. Spawn and Scutter dominating the scoreboard, but look, 9 robots of quality to come.
From Maidstone in Kent, Smidsy.
Stands for Sorry Mate, I didn't see you, SMI, DSY. Mike Reed, Robin Bennett, Andy Pugh at the controls.
Roboteers, stand by.
What sort of tactics will they use? Go straight for the barrels? That's what everyone else has done. They go for the spear to put it into that illuminated pit. That'll pick them up 20 odd points. Oh, they're going straight for the bridge and up and over the ramp. We haven't seen that yet. And that'll get them 20 points immediately. Good start. Multi-ball release, another 10. Now, knocking the spear into a highlighted pit. That'll give you 25 points. Attacking the barrels. Normally easy peasy, these. What are they doing? Dancing around the barrels. Hit them, get them down. Dead Metal closing. Well, that was a strange lack of direction. And I think they're in trouble. There's smoke coming out of Smidsy. The paint is smeeching and smoking. Now, finally, barrels go down. But that was a muddled sort of phase there. Attacking the barrels again, 10, 15 more points for Smidsy. You need to hit the big targets, boys. Around the arena flanks. There you have one. Go on, get in there. Try and get beyond Kilolot. Pick up some easy points. Can't. Good defending by Kilolot. They're being frustrated here. They keep turning down blind alleys. Take on Matilda to get 50. No! Matilda's tusk's in the way. Time is running out for Smithy. Oh, it looked a good run, and in the end was disappointing. Flattered only to deceive. Great start, wasn't it? Up and over the ramp. 20 points. The first robot to succeed in that area. Then the multi-ball release. 10 more. But you see Bash thwarted one attack. Yes, the barrels, but it was all confused after that. And they ran out of velocity and ideas and points too. Disappointing for Smidsy in the end, wasn't it? Only 70 points to the Spawn of Scudder, but look at the quality of robots to come, like Gemini and Firestorm 2. Not over yet.
Our pinball tournament will spring back into action very soon, but right now, it's back to the wars.
Backstage with the Kilotron team, those doors are about to open. You're going to go in there up against the Wheelie Big Cheese. Yeah. Quite tense?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's got confidence.
Yeah.
Well, the Big Cheese is quite a tough contender, but I think we've got to beat it. We really have.
You don't want to
we can't get knocked out by a bit of cheese, really. We just can't be.
And the Wheelie Big Cheese team about to go into the arena. Apparently you set fire to yourself earlier. That doesn't bode well, does it?
No. It's pretty good, though.
What happened?
I was cutting some titanium, and I had a check shirt on, and the sparks just started a fire.
Up in smoke, doesn't bode well.
Yeah.
But you were voted best fight in the last wars with Chaos 2.
Yeah.
And you got to kill a lot in the last battle, didn't you?
Oh, I went for him, yes. Didn't quite get him tipped over, but survived the encounter.
You came out all right?
Yes.
So you can get through anything then, can't you?
With a bit of luck.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Roboteers, stand by.
Wheelie Big Cheese, team captain Roger Plant is fondue a big performance in Robot Wars. And Kilotron. Richard Broad, the team captain, there on the left-hand side of controls, an aircraft interior fitter by trade.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Just any ordinary chunk of cheese. Oh, crew, yeah, you want to come and bet on that. Kilotron on the left-hand side. There's Richard Broad. Oh, down comes his axe, but up comes the flipper of Wheelie Big Cheese! And Kilotron immediately turned over onto its coxcomb there. And can they recover their senses and their place in Robot Wars? That was a sensational flip from Wheelie Big Cheese. What power, and again! Actually, flicks itself up and over, doesn't it? But can right itself, of course. Oh! There's the old piggyback. This is great stuff. Kilotron, over and out. Look at this. Wheelie Big Cheese underneath. Hey, up and over you go. The axe bore the brunt of the fall. I don't know whether or not the Kilotron axe will be bendy, pliable, or damaging after that. Sensational stuff from Wheelie Big Cheese. So impressive. Kilotron's just about okay, rocking and a reeling. Wheelie Big Cheese on the attack again, with the wedge of cheese. Hard cheddar for Kilotron. Hey! Up and over once again. It's a spree for the Bree boys of Wheelie Big Cheese. And Kilotron now about to be attacked by Matilda, by Killalot. Go on, Tilda, you have a go now, says Killalot. Oh, you're too slow, Matilda. Killalot wants to drag it away. Oh, poor old Kilotron. Richard and Abdul and Ian. So much painstaking care on these robots. We have fun with them, but you have our admiration out there, each and every one of you. Well, obviously not her admiration. See, once you've torched and pitted. Cruella de Vil, it must have been out there in the audience. Kilotron's pink paint at the moment. Oh, it's smoking and burning. And pink paint punctured hopes of Kilotron. Chainsaw of Matilda. This really is making me weep with joy. A slow slice. It's better actually when the pain is slower than House Robert. I find. I don't know about you back at home, but I certainly do. A Dead Metal and Matilda and Killalot. Go on, end it now. Kilotron into the pits, for mercy's sake. Well done. Wheelie Big Cheese, and mighty impressive it was too, from Roger Plant and co. And poor old Richard Abdul and Ian. Well, they've gone defiant to the end. It's too late now. You're out. Go home. Good night. Farewell. Adieu.
Well, it may look like a dairy slice, but Wheelie Big Cheese is a really hard cheese. Kilotron go out. Wheelie Big Cheese go through. You were no match, really, were you? But you wouldn't die. I mean, even when you were in the pitch, you had your axe going still.
Yeah. Beaten by cheese.
Yeah, but I tell you, he's got a powerful flipper, hasn't he?
I've got this thing about wedges. I keep seeming to be ended up on top of them. I just can't resist driving up on them.
But he was flipping you backwards and forwards.
He was, really. We did some good acrobats in the air there, I thought. I thought it was quite acrobatic.
I thought you nearly did a triple somersault, mate.
Yeah, really?
You're like an international gymnast. Never mind, guys. We'll see you next time, mate.
OK, yeah, sure.
Really big cheese.
Yeah, we did it, didn't we?
Well, we were talking in the pits before, and you were bragging that you were going to, you know, throw these things out of the arena, and you nearly did.
Yeah.
You've been doing a few exhibitions, haven't you, out and about, where you've been, like, throwing... Is it a mini?
That's with the big cheese, not wheelie big cheese.
Ah, is that
wheelie big cheese is quite new.
Yeah. But the big cheese can throw a mini. Now, is that stronger than the big cheese?
Yeah, it's twice as strong as the big cheese.
So this one can throw a Cortina, then?
Yeah, I reckon, yeah.
Well, you doing your bit for the West Country?
Yeah, right now.
Do you think you can go fairer?
Yeah, we take Somerset all the way to the final.
That's the lad. Give it up for the Langport boys. Wheelie big cheese!
Good fun team, really big cheese, and seeded 15 quite right too. Kilotron, they've gone. Number 32 seed Suicidal Tendencies next up against Wheelosaurus. It's tense, isn't it? It's dramatic. Or is it, Jules, down in the pits?
Well, there's another side to the pits that you haven't seen yet, and that is the tea-making, cake-eating and generally relaxing side of the pits. This is the Kilotron team here. You don't need to do any more work, do you?
No, it's all over for us. It's quite a machine, that big cheese, really is. To go against a wedge like that, as soon as we was knocked upside down and then they righted us, I thought, well, that's it.
What did you say earlier about being beaten by a big cheese?
It's like being beaten by a big banana, isn't it?
That says it all, doesn't it? Now, it's not going to be suicide because Wheelosaurus is no match for you guys, really, is it?
Well, we're not counting our chickens just yet.
So what could go wrong then?
It's got this quite powerful, like, strimmer blade that's powered by a petrol engine, and it could take our tracks off.
Peter Gibson being ushered into the arena.
I'm afraid it's not going to be very impressive.
Yes, it will.
No,
Come on, let's have some fighting talk.
No, you can talk all you like, but I'm afraid it's a very sick robot.
I've got one tip for you. Those tracks look like a nice meal for your strimmer, don't they?
They would be lovely. I was looking forward to them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Go for it. He's a very brave man.
Roboteers, stand by.
Suicidal Tendencies, team captain Andrew Jeffrey there on the left-hand side, an engineer. And Wheelosaurus, Peter Gibson says he designed the robot, built it, he drives it, he's totally to blame for it.
2, 1, activate.
Peter, you are totally to blame for it. Peter, it's your fault. Peter, move the thing. Suicidal Tendencies will absolutely mash your very, very sick-looking Wheelosaurus. Oh, and the spike has come off Wheelosaurus. Off the dustbin lid, protective shield to one of the Victorian Brown wheels. Wheelosaurus is in all sorts of problem now. Oh, and goes the axe again at Suicidal Tendencies. And I think, yes, there is petrol spewing from the back of Wheelosaurus. That's the end for Peter Gibson's machine. Suicidal Tendencies comes in, all very near the flame pit. And up she goes. Don't worry about safety, the crowd well back, they're okay, so are all the Roboteers. We have everything under control. Peter Gibson doesn't. Don't think he ever did, really, did he? Poor soul. Got a steam traction engine once upon a time. Old motorbikes. And an old robot as well. Wheelosaurus, out.
Well, Wheelosaurus battered and blistered. Suicidal Tendencies go through. That was not so good in the slightest. I mean, it seemed to be a problem right from the start.
It was, yes. It was a sick robot before it came on, but it's a slightly sicker one.
It's a sicker now one, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I didn't realise those Victorian pram wheels were so flammable, did you?
I know, it's... mind you, last time we nearly had the... we cleared the house out.
Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to design another robot now? Are you going to try and rebuild that, or what?
It's difficult finding old enough wheels, but...
You're obsessed with these pram wheels, aren't you?
That's right, yes. I think I shall go for traction engine wheels next time.
Make sure you come back and see us again. Cheers. Suicidal Tendencies suddenly found the will to live.
Yeah. We did, once again.
It was just like a lamb to the slaughter, though. It didn't seem to be have any power in it.
No, I mean, we were a bit concerned that we'd got a spinny thing on the front that we thought might take off the track if we got going, but I mean, once they just axed his wheels and pulled him over, and that was it. He's out of it.
Well, listen, you've got a lot more tougher fights to come. Do you think you can go all the way?
Well, we've got a good chance, but it's going to be tough, very tough.
Good luck. Let's have a round of applause for Suicidal Tendencies.
Peter, even after my little tip there, you couldn't actually get near the tracks, could you?
I know, I did. I was looking forward to having a go at the tracks. They looked very delicate part of a beautiful machine. Yes.
And here comes your robot now. Looking at it, what are your thoughts?
It's a bit dirty, isn't it?
Slightly charred.
Yes.
But you will be back for the next wars.
I'll be back.
With Grungebot.
Grungebot with Victorian wheels of some sort.
He likes to call it Grungebot. We are talking about the same robot. You'll be back. This is the Mad Max of Robot Wars. It's been great having you here. Real pleasure. See you for the next wars. Suicidal Tendencies. We knew that was going to happen with the Wheelosaurus, didn't we? We were confident, although you looked a little bit ruffled at the end.
Just a bit, yeah.
But basically, just go on.
I say we were confident, but you never know what's going to happen in these things. Things can go wrong.
Exactly, but it wasn't really a match for you, was it?
Not really, no.
Not like the Wheelie Big Cheese that we're about to see.
It's a monster, isn't it? It's huge.
Basically, what have you got there that can go up against that and get you a victory?
The titanium front lifters, I think that's our only hope. I don't think that axe is going to do anything to that huge thing. So we're going to use these lifters, and so we've got power. We can lift 90 kilos, but he can flip twice that. Yeah, at least. A ton, is it?
A ton.
Shame to see Peter Gibson go out. He's one of the most respected roboteers here, but not strong enough to fight off Suicidal Tendencies. That's why we seed robots. Look, they meet in the Heat H final. Really Big Cheese, Suicidal Tendencies.
Breaking news from the pits. Roger, tell me what's going on.
We'll tell you what's going on when we can find out what's going wrong.
You don't know?
We don't know yet.
Let me come round here. So what happened? You went in?
The left-hand wheel doesn't work. Left-hand drive doesn't work.
Oh, so you'd be going round in circles?
Yeah, getting on that way. Yeah.
Oh, dear. So, seconds to go. How long have they given you?
Well, we'll take as long as we need, and if it's too long, I'm afraid that's too long, but we'll try and get there.
While the competition to become UK Robot Wars champion has been raging, there's been some minor skirmishes going on as well. One involving more pushing than the front row of a boys' own concert, or sumo basho. The rules are simple. The robot who stays in the ring the longest wins. So let's see how the leaderboard's slapping into shape. As we say, let the trials begin!
Quite simple now. To win Sumo Basho, the competing robots have got to push Shunt out of the arena within 21.15 seconds. Panic Attack leading with a fantastic score.
From Brighton, and seeded number 14, Bigger Brother.
Joe Watts, 7.5, and Dad Ian Watts, a broadcasting engineer with Bigger Brother, reached the semi-finals of Series 3.
Roboteers, stand by.
You have 21 seconds to push Shunt out of the arena.
1. Activate.
And Shunt weighs 105 kilos. Bigger Brother dances around Shunt and ends up out of the arena. About as heavyweight as little Joe, Big Brother. Not great opposition for Shunt. Straight away out.
From Norwich, Thermidor 2.
David Hardy and Ian Harvey with Thermidor 2. We've already seen them in the main competition of Robot Wars.
Roboteers, stand by.
Go on, get that flipper in underneath Shunt. Lift Shunt away and out of the arena. Go on the attack. You have to attack now. Do not be conservative and defensive. It will not do it. I was going to say it would do any good. What was the point? Lobster in reverse. Oh dear. But it means we have our winners. Confirmed champions of the 4th series of Robot Wars at Sumo Basho. Panic Attack, the only robot to push Shunt out of the arena. Brilliant.
Congratulations to our sumo champion, and a 3-year supply of diet milkshake will be winging its way to you shortly. Right now, it's back to the wars.
And the big question, can Wheelie Big Cheese get that left-hand drive repaired in time against Suicidal Tendencies and the Big Axe? So the road to the heat final. Well, Wheelie Big Cheese too strong for prize fighter, immobilised there, and had time to take on Killalot, seeking revenge for the last series when it took too much punishment. Then, flipping Killatron up and over, and mightily impressive too. Meanwhile, Suicidal Tendencies had already met Killatron in defeating Maverick, overturning Maverick, ending their hopes, and Wheelosaurus was very, very easy in the heat semi-final. In the end, torched.
We're just waiting for an answer, and then we can find out how long it will take before we can carry on.
This is the brilliant bit about Robot Wars, isn't it?
It's a lovely bit about Robot Wars, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Do you know much about this? What do you reckon it is?
Possibly a strip gear and a gearbox.
We shall soon find out.
Come off. Hammer. Need a bigger hammer?
Have we had this on Robot Wars before?
Many times.
What happens if they just can't make it through to the finals?
Well, normally we would work on the robot so we can make it
Right.
through. So we've not yet had a problem.
Right.
Let me have a quick look.
Put its lid on again, keep the...
Oh, tell us what it is. Tell us what's happened.
Pin's broken.
Pin's broken.
Yeah.
Easy to fix.
Put another gearbox on.
It's a pin. Oh,
Easy to fix.
forget the pin. Just put a whole new gearbox on.
2 more robots in casualty, and there's a stretcher standing by for another one as they fight for a place in our series semi-finals. It's the 3rd and final round.
From Langport in Somerset, the number 15 seed, Wheelie Big Cheese.
With Roger Plant, I knew he could fix it. Jules, you don't just use your pins to keep your hat on, girl.
From Derby and seeded number 32, Suicidal Tendencies.
Charles Binns on the left, Andrew Jeffrey and his brother Martin on the right.
Roboteers, stand by.
Terrific heat final, this.
3, 2, 1.
2 pacey and heavyweight robots, Suicidal Tendencies on the tracks against the wedge of Wheelie Big Cheese. Don't go anywhere near that front flipper, otherwise it'll be all over, I would imagine, for Suicidal Tendencies. It can run either way up, but if it can be knocked on its side, that surely would be the end of it. The Suicidal Tendencies getting in underneath Wheelie Big Cheese. A ground clearance between 0 and 20 millimetres on that gradient you see of Wheelie Big Cheese, up and over Suicidal Tendencies. A little bit of damage being caused for one of them. I can see some shards of metal perhaps on the arena floor. There's the toothpick approach of Suicidal Tendencies, and Wheelie Big Cheese, there is something still wrong here. I know they replaced the gearbox, but it's not as effective as it was early on, and in comes Dead Metal to attack the studded wheels. Oh, grating metal, did you hear that? Sounded painful. It was Dead Metal as Wheelie Big Cheese tried to flip its way out of trouble, and in the end just gets away. Tendencies comes in on the attack, and again, I don't think there's a great deal of power. There certainly is pace behind the toothpick, but can it really penetrate and cause damage? But it's doing well here. I must admit, I thought this would be easy for Wheelie Big Cheese. Backing on now to Suicidal Tendencies. The Derby team who lost in the heat final to Mace 2 in the last series, using the spikes to get in underneath Wheelie Big Cheese. This is a tough one here for the boys from Somerset. They were the favourites, I would guess, coming into this heat final. It hasn't worked out for them at all. There's been good aggression all the way through from Suicidal Tendencies. Oh, the pit descends. Can Tendencies ease the cheese towards the pit? Oh, just stayed away. You can hear the groan of the crowd. There you can just see shards, splinters on the arena floor. Damage has certainly been caused. Oh, and Suicidal Tendencies very, very near the jaws of doom. And the pit of Wheelie Big Cheese on the brink. That is brinkmanship to the extreme. They are dancing with death out there, the two of them. The ref bot takes a close look and backs away sensibly. I'm not too sure if Suicidal Tendencies has a problem with its left-hand track as we look at it now. I think the left track has been immobilised. Wheelie Big Cheese has driven itself into the pit. And it's a victory against all odds for Suicidal Tendencies.
Well, as always on Robot Wars, controversy is never very far away. The judges want to have a look at that. The judges aren't happy. It's going to a judge's decision.
Well, I thought it was all over, but the judges think otherwise. Let's see why. It could well be that Suicidal Tendencies was immobilised for too long, though the aggression was all Tendencies for me. Wheelie Big Cheese sustaining damage from dead metal, but I think it's key here. Had Suicidal Tendencies lost control because of the track problem before Cheese went into the pit? Close.
It's hot up here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's tense up here, isn't it? Aye. Well, the judge has made his decision, and the judge says that Suicidal Tendencies' track wasn't working for a long time during that fight, so you didn't have control. So the judges have gone for Wheelie Big Cheese! You must be gutted!
We are, yeah.
I bet you thought you had that, didn't you?
We did, yeah. We were contemplating it to Razorblade last year, where he went in the pit and we had a seized track.
Yeah.
So
I think there might have been a slight change this year, you know, because Jem and I went out when only half that robot sort of worked, and they kind of said that only half your robot works because only half the side was working on track. So I think, you know, there is some consistency in the decision.
Yeah.
But you still must be gutted.
Oh yes, we're definitely gutted.
We've had a great time.
Yeah.
What happened with the track?
We don't know yet. We think it's a seized gearbox, same as last year.
A seized gearbox.
Yeah.
See, you've got that persistent problem. You're going to have to work it out, lads.
That's right. It's on the other side though this year. So men one side, it's now the other.
Fun. Yeah. It's been great to have you. Come back and see us again.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, Suicidal Tendencies! Come on!
We made it! We made it!
The guys from the West Country, all the way from Langport. I bet you thought you were going back home early, didn't you?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We twice made it to the third round and got out. This time we got through. We're going all the way this time.
Well done.
Yeah.
It was touch and go. You guys must like living on the edge or what?
Yeah.
The skin of your teeth, you Big Cheese boys.
Yeah, well, why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Wheelie Big Cheese! Well, if there's one thing that your television licence ensures, it's robot mayhem. It's Robot Wars. Bye-bye.
Next time we have Bubbles and Wedges and the clear shell of Kilohertz, the number 16 seeds. And wearing blue, Centurion, the number 31 seeds, trying to book a place in the second semi-final of Robot Wars.